All right, guys. This is a remake of the same topic that I had just done called About Truth, About Lying. I wanted to make a slightly better video, something that was a little more clear, because the first one was crackled a lot. Look with me then in page 86 and 87 in Truth About Lying. Let's first read the first paragraph together. It says, most children are taught the virtue of honesty from fairy tales and other stories. The celebrated story of Pinocchio, who begins life as a puppet, teaches the importance of telling the truth. Every time Pinocchio lies, his nose grows longer and longer. Another story about the boy who cried wolf exemplifies how lying led to his losing all of his sheep, as well as the trust of his fellow villagers. In the United States, young children study the tale of young George Washington, who finally admits to his father that he cut down a cherry tree. These types of stories typically show that honesty is the best policy. Still, if this is the case, then why do so many people lie? The fact is that human beings lie for many reasons. So right there we have the thesis. The fact is that human beings lie for many reasons. The three stories, what were the three stories that they told you about? All of those stories are used as hooks for this cause-effect essay. The first one is about Pinocchio. If you haven't seen Pinocchio, you need to rent the movie called Pinocchio by Disney. It's about a little puppet whose nose grows longer. Also, the story of the boy who cried wolf is a very common story in many cultures. About a little boy, he's sitting out with the sheep. He's bored, so he calls out to the people, wolf, wolf, and all of the people come running, and where's the wolf, where's the wolf? And the boy's laughing, ha, 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 but there's no wolf. People go back home that night, and then he does a little later, the little boy does it again a second time, and they come back, where's the wolf, where's the wolf? And the boy's just laughing, ha, ha, ha. Well, the last time there really is a wolf, and the boy's crying, wolf, wolf, but the people listen, oh, there goes the little boy again. So that's a story that's very common. Many cultures have a story similar to that about the boy who cried wolf. Finally, there's a story about George Washington. George Washington chops down a cherry tree, and for whatever reason, and then the father comes and says, who chopped down the cherry tree? And George Washington looks at his father and goes, I'm sorry, my father, I cannot tell a lie. I chopped down the cherry tree. And so those are examples of people who deal with lying and with dishonesty, and we tell these stories to children to tell them not to lie. But in this essay, we're going to talk about remember, this is a focus on causes essay. This is a focus on causes, and the causes of this essay are what we're going to focus on. So one reason for lying, let's look at just the topic sentences. Look in paragraph 2. One reason for lying is to minimize a mistake. In this paragraph, they talk about the word blunder. A blunder is a mistake. As you watch this video, you'll probably catch all my little blunders and have a good laugh. Oh, did you see Rob do that? Because that's very funny. He made a blunder. So a lot of times people lie because they don't want to look badly. Number 2, the second paragraph 3 says another reason people lie is to get out of bad situations that they do not want to be in or cannot manage. They want to get out of a bad situation. Here they talk about the situation where someone wants to avoid difficulties. People who often come in sick, they're not really sick, but they just want to stay home. So they say, oh yeah, I'm sick, because something's happening. They don't want to be in that situation. The fourth reason they talk about is the white lie. A white lie is defined as a lie that you tell for someone else's benefit. So, for example, if my wife comes down the stairs and she's wearing a terrible, terrible looking dress, and I really don't like the dress, but I want to leave and I don't want to stay any longer, I'll tell my wife, oh, that dress is so wonderful. Now let's go. We got to go. So a white lie is a lie that you tell for the benefit of either another person or some other kind of situation. It doesn't really necessarily lead to a very bad, it doesn't lead to a bad consequence all the time. So in that situation, some people call it a white lie because in a way it's kind of good. And that's the issue of paragraph 4. Paragraph 5, topic sentence, a somewhat different reason for lying has to do with self-protection. And in this paragraph, they talk about, what do you tell a child when they meet a stranger. Does the child tell the stranger the person's name? No, of course they don't want to do that, so we teach children to lie for the self-protection. So you get the idea that when we always say that lying is bad, but in this particular essay we realize that some of the causes for why people lie are not always that bad. So in number 6, people lie for many reasons, paragraph 6, people lie for many reasons, both good and bad. However, people often resort to is the word, what you have to do at the end of a situation. You just do something, you don't know what else to do, so you resort to something. You resort to lying in order to cover up mistakes or to avoid unpleasant situations. Perhaps the motives for lying should be analyzed. One's lies may one day be exposed and cause severe embarrassment or the loss of people's trust. So here, the last paragraph, if you'll notice in paragraph 6, does the last, look at number 7 at the bottom of page 87, it says, read the concluding paragraph. Does the writer offer a suggestion, an opinion, or a prediction? In this case, we read the sentence, one's lies may one day be exposed. One day be exposed allows us to understand, oh, this is a prediction. We're talking about the future. Another possibility, if you should have given an opinion, the author could have said an opinion like, well, now that you understand about the causes of lying, in my opinion, we should always learn to tell the truth, and therefore we should not tell white lies, and we should teach children other ways not to lie, even if they're trying to protect themselves. It could be an opinion, or a suggestion might be, and so we should no longer tell lies. With the suggestion, we often use the word should. So that's how you conclude that particular paragraph. The only word I did not explain was the word unflattering. Unflattering is found, again, in paragraph 4. The word unflattering would be used if I were talking about my wife's dress, where unflattering, it would be a dress that was not good. So in general, then, if you look at the construction of a cause and effect essay, in paragraph 1, you still have to have a hook, and your thesis must include all of the main ideas that are going to be listed throughout the rest of the essay. Again, in all of the essay paragraphs, the body paragraphs, each paragraph must have some kind of a main idea. Your topic sentences are going to have supporting ideas, and then finally your topic sentences, all of your topic sentences come back to the end, in which you have the conclusion, which is going to have your thesis restatement, and then you end the essay with one of those 3 ways, a concluding sentence. So, sorry this was a redo, but thank you for listening. And we will continue having the conversation. Please don't forget, do page 88 to 90 for the homework for Wednesday. Thank you.